Guys, this is the point that you need to understand. Very important. If you think that you can explain the messaging good, think twice. Listen, you have 2 years, 1 month. This is the balance between what you need to hear and what you need to talk. Every light starts with one single point of light, and you just need to take it, and everything will come.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast at Tami. Tami is an international software development company that designs, builds, and delivers software for sustainable businesses and promising startups. Today, we've got with us Ronen Chen, co-founder and CTO of Albi.io and Eden Ventures. Ronen, hello. It's nice to see you today. How is your day?
Good. Hi, how are you doing? I'm okay.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day,
same.
it's good.
Yeah. Great. Ronen, I know that you have your own podcast. What are your feelings about being a guest today?
It's nice because, to be honest, even when you host a podcast, it's not meaning that you're not pinpoint your agenda in it. It's meaning that you give more credit to the interviewers, to the guests, etc. But to be in the other side now, that I'm being interviewed by you, it's nice, and it's going to be fantastic.
Great. How did you actually come up with the idea of having your own podcast?
I think it's something that it's cooked for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
If you can check and if you can recall, the podcast started in January, February this year. It's almost 11, 10 months. And what happened is that before that, people all the time approach me via the LinkedIn, via the network, even in the university, etc. That they would like to learn more, to understand the language, the high-tech language, the innovation language, to understand how to build a startup. Because I done it in the past, I'm going to do it in the future, I'm sure. And what they're looking for a sandbox that they can play and hear and get some inputs from all over the world. Because by the end of the day, every episode, I'm interview a variety of people, like from the marketing, from the sales, from the technology innovation. The last episode was with a very important doctor from Johns Hopkins University located in the US. During the interview, we spoke about the technology and regularity and some devices, medical devices approach in the high-tech zone. If I go back to the original question that you asked, it starts just that people pushed me, hey, Ronen, jump to the pool, let's do it. And this is what happened.
Yeah, it's great that actually you find time and resources for this, because I think that what you are doing, it's a great thing, even for young people and I don't know, for people of all ages. So you have such a vibrant life, I can say. You are the co-founder and CTO of 2 companies. You have your own podcast. What is your secret in managing all of these parts of your life?
Passion. This is the only thing. Just passion. We are talking about now that it's 2:45 in Israel, and I'm just finished almost 9 hours that I teaching in the university. I started at 7:30 in the morning and drive back from the university here to sit with you. And the only thing that I'm thinking about it is the positive energy that I'm getting. After 6-7 hours that you teach, you're tired. But no, the passion, this is the driving mechanism that I really think that I have. And this is the passion that I want to transfer to you, to the youngest people. Be optimistic. Those of you that don't have any history of development and just starting to work in the market, be passionate, be optimistic, and move forward.
Great. Most of your students, they are your listener. Do you know this fact?
No, I checked it. To be honest, I checked it because I'm not doing, advertising during the class, etc. No,
Sure.
most of the people. First of all, it's worldwide. From Europe, East Europe, West Europe, United States, South America, even Asia Pacific. I cannot pinpoint directly which kind of audience. I can tell you that the ages, the variety of the ages is starting from something around 20-25 up until 55, 60.
So moving to the next question, how do you prioritize your daily activities? Is there a rule which you use?
First of all, I'm using a lot of automated mechanism that enable me to manage my daily. If it's using third parties solution that managing my dictionary, first of all my diary, and second my calendar, my calendar and the day and the hour. So everything that can be automated done, I'm the first one to use it. Second, every week, by the end of the week or by starting the week, I prioritize which kind of activities I have, if it's to managing or provide some consulting regarding the CTOs that I'm working with companies, to work with founders, co-founders of startups, to establish the connection with new companies that would like to have grants from the Israel Innovation Authority, from the EIC, even from Scandinavia and even from Europe. So I prioritize everything and pinpoint that in my dailies, and I provide this time. The most important thing that I put in myself is to make it enjoyable, that I can enjoy the feedback that I'm getting and the feedback that I'm sending back to those companies that I'm escorting, provide the consulting, and even create with them all the new structure in order to make money, have market landscape, fully understand what they need, what is the messaging, and even to do the fundraising together with them.
Let's talk about your company, LBIO, which offers an entirely new way to evaluate credit applications and monitor credit payment. Could you please tell us in detail about the algorithm?
In the frame of the solution that we are providing, Albi is providing a solution for credit cards, for instance, companies, etc. And any loan company that would like to provide a loan to the end users, that enable them to fully understand who is the guy that asking for the loan. Now, not from the financials factor or from the financial vector that they have, what is your commitment to pay the loans, etc., or what is your risk analysis based on your financials institute, the bank, if you're using credit, which kind of credit card you are using, etc. No, we are providing another new layer that just lay on your behavior. Who is the guy behind the screen? What we know about him? What is his behavior is going to be as a prediction when he doesn't have any food, but he needs to pay for the loan. And what we are collecting by the end of the day, the system or the platform collecting around 3,000 endpoints, data endpoints that collect information about you, about me, etc. And once we analyze it using machine learning and deep learning, it enables us to create a score, a credit score, and provide you some initial business insight regarding the guy or the person that we would like to have credit.
How did you come up with the idea of this business?
To be honest, it's not just me. It's together with Shachar, my co-founder. Shachar is a CPA. We set a lot of time during lunch and talk about these ideas and what is the benefit that we're going to put on the table and how to create a company and establish that. And then Albi was born by the end, by the end of the day. It took time, but it's a wonderful journey.
What was the greatest challenge during this time?
One of the challenges that we had in the beginning was the messaging. Guys, this is the point that you need to understand. Very important. If you think that you can explain the messaging good, think twice. Take somebody else, a third party that will hear your voice, will hear the idea, you will hear what the benefit of the company, of the solution that you would like to create and make it, tell him all the story and get back with the results, what he fully understood. And then, just then, you can understand that the messaging is good. Companies are falling about the messaging. People do not understand, okay, what is the benefit that you bring to the table?
Mhm.
What you have that the other doesn't have? Because there are some competitive analysis, there are some alternatives on the solution. Tell me what is the benefit or what is the added value, technology-wise, money-wise, marketing-wise, whatever. Be very clear about this messaging. To be honest, it took us about 6 months, between 6 to 3 quarters, until we found the right person that shuffled everything inside and make it the messaging very clear that after 10, 15 seconds, people can understand what is the solution that Albi provide to the table.
What technologies are you using in Albi.io?
First of all, I'll be using two main technologies regarding the backend and the frontend. We are talking about the technology side.
Mhm.
So the backend is, of course, is a cloud-based system platform that's based on AWS, Kubernetes, microservices, etc. Some code we wrote in Java and Node.js, and in the front, several things was built by, of course, Java. There are some things that we build in Angular and other things. I can tell you that even from the perspective of the backend, there are several procedures that even we create in C#. Very old language, but guys, machine learning and deep learning start from these languages up and running. There are some things that we even wrote in Python, and we all the time, first of all, increase finding new things and move forward.
And what are your plans for the next 5 years in Albi.io?
I really don't know, because what happened, we are creating a working plan, each year, and we establish the connections, the new customers. We are thinking about new things, etc. So by the end of the day, we don't have a 5 years plan.
Mhm.
We have usually between 12 to 24 months. I think that the first priority is to find a giant that can accept Albi and merge it together, and then move forward maybe to another challenge.
We all know that artificial intelligence and machine learning is our future. So, what do you think? In what time most of the businesses in the banking sphere will be actively using artificial intelligence?
I think that they already have.
Mhm.
We found several companies and several banks, even one of the biggest, or two of the biggest bank in Israel, that already implement several methods or several
Mhm.
modules that related to the AI and machine learning. Not 100%. We need to take into account the regulatory that there is, some the GDPR, some policies, user-friendly policies, etc. But eventually, it's moving very fast and moving very closely to the banks, to the credit holders, to the credit companies, and it's there. You cannot fight it. You can take it together, brace it, and move forward.
Do you feel high competition on the market now?
Yes, even so that we are people that are saying that we are some in a recession period, from the US market, from the European market, and even here in Israel. I think that, the innovation, and this is what I'm talking about in the podcast, and this is what we are talking even now. The innovation is all the time running, is all the time moving forward. And this is why we have more competition and more companies that are moving forward.
Tell us about your team. Was it hard to find your team members?
I can tell you that the most important things that I'm looking in a team member is the skill set that is bring to the table. I'm not talking about an experience. It's two different things. There is an experience regarding how to write a code, how long he was a developer, etc. And this is one hand, and this is one domain. However, in the space of the skills itself, this is hard to find, because once you create the skills, or you have thinking of skill set that this member need to be part of the company, it's meaning that this is, by the end of the day, the company DNA. This is the company DNA. You create a skeleton with you, all the C-levels, me, Shahar, all the others, developers, etc. And all together is creating the company DNA. And this is very important to find, to analyze, and to make it working together.
You've already mentioned a little what is important for you in candidates. And could you tell us what are your key personal values of the candidate which you pay attention to?
I think that they need to be a team member, and not just working alone, not to be a yes man, and all the time ask the questions, make sure that they fully understand what we're going to get, what is the goal of the company, how we're going to get it all together with the other team members that are part of the company. To ask the right question, not to afraid to ask the question, because there are no stupid questions. They are stupid. Leave it aside. So this is an issue that you need to take once you get this candidate. Check within that this is something that they can run up and running.
And what is your best advice for entrepreneurs who is only on the beginning of their path?
Oh, it's a good point. First of all, listen. You have 2 years, 1 month. This is the balance between what you need to hear and what you need to talk. Second, I'm not talking about that you're going to lose a lot of money, or think about if consulting ask me for money, I don't have, so I cannot move, and I don't have money, so everything is free. No, if you take something free, by the end of the day, you pay a lot. So find the right people that you want to work with and pay the right money. Okay?
Yep.
Don't be afraid, because by the end of the day, angels or VCs going to check first of all, what you achieved, what was the goal, and how you make it. This is the same thing that I have a lecture that's running over the internet. His name is, the lecture name is on women, better lemon, and so on. And one of the slides over there is explaining what happened that you, as a founder, for instance, sitting with the investors. And one of the sentences over there is, pay your own lunch. And this is the exact point that you need to understand. When you're sitting with the investors, don't make him to pay you the lunch. Pay your own lunch.
Mhm.
It's meaning that you are taking responsibility of what you are doing.
And we are moving to the last question. It's kind of creative question. If you were a speaker at the conference, what would your motivational speech look like?
Life story. It's meaning to bring some story from the actual life
Mhm.
and to analyze it together. Nevertheless, or more important thing, to embrace the failure, not the success. Talk about the failure, where you've been failed, what you learned from the failure, and how you implement it together to the new road that you took. It's meaning that you have a balance in your life. There are good things, there are bad things,
Mhm.
but it's
As
all
always.
balance, as always. And think about it, that every light starts with one single point of light. And you just need to take it, and everything is come. Everything will come.
Yeah, for sure. So, as it was my last question, I want to thank you, Ronen, for your time. That actually you find it. It was really a great conversation for me and some kind of inspirational. I hope you also had a great time with us here at Tami Podcast. So, see ya.
Thank you very much. It was enjoyable. Looking forward for the next chapter.